So as we know, coming up in a couple of days, we have Anthony Fluffy Hernandez taking on Michel Pereira. This should be an interesting fight. Obviously, we all know that Michel Pereira is one of the most entertaining fighters within the UFC. So yeah, I'm just here to give my predictions on it. So let's get straight into it. And first up, we got Austin Lane versus Robulis Despain. Bro, this fight is literally battle of the Titans. 6'6" versus 6'7". Look, man, even their reach is 80-inch reach versus 84-inch reach. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure Robulis Despain does actually have the longest reach within the UFC. Pretty sure John Jones has the second longest or something like that. But yeah, listen, we saw Robulis Despain kind of get fraud checked in his last fight. He has no ground game at all, and his opponent basically just cruised to a victory. So yeah, I mean, he's a 5-1 fighter. Lost his last, but he does have 5 wins, all coming by way of finish. And to be fair, Austin Lane, he's 12-5, and all of his wins are coming by way of finish as well, which is cool as well. So yeah, I think for the knockout power, I'm gonna go with Despain to get this done. Also, recently Lane's got like 2 losses and 1 no contest, so he hasn't been looking very good recently. So I'm gonna go Robulis Despain to get the knockout here. Also, bro, this Austin Lane brother looks like George Janko, I swear, fam. Like, Robulis Despain cannot lose to this brother, I swear. Next fight we have is Melissa Martinez versus Alice Ardeline. Ardeline 9-6 record, 2-1 in her last 3 fights. But to be fair, 8 out of her 9 wins are actually coming by way of finish, which is cool. You know, in the women's divisions, you don't really get that much, so yeah. She's also on a 5-fight win streak. She was also on a 5-fight win streak before her last fight. Martinez 7-1, lost her last fight. She fought 2 years ago. It's been a while. I think I'll go with Alice Ardeline to get this done. So yeah. Next fight is Jessica Penn versus Elise Reed. Penn 14-7, lost her last 2 fights. She lost to Tabitha Ritchie all the way back at 285. Reed 7-4, lost her last fight against Lupita Godinez. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know anything about these two. I'll go with Elise Reed to win this fight. Next fight, Jocelyn Edwards versus Tamiraz Vidal. Bro, I'll be so real, I thought this was a men's fight until I looked at the flipping the weight division, women's bantamweight bout. But yeah, anyway, so Jocelyn Edwards is 13-6. Lost her last 2 via unanimous decision. She also lost to Aylin Perez in her last fight. Vidal 7-3, lost her last 2. She actually has a win over Aylin Perez, which is interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think Vidal can get this done. Yeah. Next fight, Brad Katona versus Gene Matsumoto. We have our first undefeated fight. It's been a while since we had one of those. 14-3 for Katona. Won his last, then lost before that, then won before that. Gene Matsumoto obviously won his last 3. 15-fight win streak. Yeah, I'll just go with Gene Matsumoto to get this done. I've never really watched him fight, but I believe he can do it. And yeah, hopefully he can keep his unbeaten streak. Next up, we have Mateus Nicolau versus Asu Almabayev. Finally, some names I recognize. Well, Mateus Nicolau I'm talking about. Bro, okay, so Mateus Nicolau is number 7 ranked. This Asu Almabayev guy is number 14 ranked, bro. Like, who even knew that? I swear I never remember this guy being in the rankings, and then all of a sudden he's just number 14 ranked. So yeah, I don't know when the hell that happened, but yeah, anyway, Nicolau lost his last 2 to Alex Perez and Royval. Almabayev, he's 20-2. He's won his last 3. In fact, he is on a 16-fight win streak. So yeah, that's pretty cool. In terms of win, I don't know, because Nicolau obviously very experienced. Asu Almabayev not as experienced against the higher level opponents. Yeah, you know, I think he's younger, 30 years old or something like that. So I think Asu Almabayev, it's close because Asu Almabayev's on a massive win streak. I think I'll go for him. Yeah, I'll go with Asu Almabayev to get this done here. Next fight, Darren Elkins versus Daniel Pineda. Bro, both of these guys look so cooked. Like, these brothers look just like stone baked. I don't know, but I mean, they're flipping. Their records reflect that as well. 28-11 for Darren Elkins and 28-16 for Daniel Pineda. But I don't, yeah, Darren Elkins for the win here. I don't even know, man. Alright, next fight we have is Brady Highstand versus Jake Wait, what? Highstand? Okay, well, on Sherdog it said Smotherman versus Hadley. And I had Smotherman winning. I guess it's not Smotherman versus Hadley. If it is Smotherman versus Hadley that happens, I picked Smotherman, but I don't even know who this guy is. Brady Highstand. What do I pick now? I'm actually stuck now. Brady Highstand. Let me just look at his face and see if he's worthy of me giving him a win on my predictions. Well, he looks like less of a pipsqueak than Jake Hadley, to be fair. Jake Hadley 11-3, won his last but lost like twice before that. Yeah, you know what, Brady Highstand, if this fight does happen instead of the Smotherman fight, yeah, I'll go with Brady Highstand to win this fight. Next fight, Charles Johnson versus Sumu Daerji. Both have the exact same record, 16-6. But Johnson's on a 3-fight win streak, including in his last fight, derailing and knocking out Joshua Van. So that was interesting. Sumu Daerji lost his last 2 fights. So I mean, I think coming off of a KO against Joshua Van, derailing the hype train of Joshua Van, I'm gonna go with Charles Johnson to get the win here. And then the co-main event, Rob Font versus Kyler Phillips. Finally a co-main to a fight now, which I actually know who's on the flipping co-main. Like, I know who these guys are. Rob Font, 20-8 record. He's lost his last 2 to Figueiredo and Sandhagen. Then he won before that. Then he lost the 2 before that. So basically he's 1-4 in his last 5. Kyler Phillips 12-2, 3-fight win streak. He won against Pedro Munoz in his last fight. Man, it's close because obviously Phillips does not have the kind of experience that Rob Font does. But realistically, who has Rob Font beaten? You know, he beat Cody Garbrandt. He beat Marlon Moraes. That was a long time ago, though. I think I'll go with Kyler Phillips to get this one done. And then finally the main event, Anthony Hernandez versus Michel Pereira. Bro, this is gonna be a good fight, hopefully anyway. Hernandez 12-2, 5-fight win streak. Yeah, I mean he's a submission artist, I guess. I think he submitted Roman Kopylov in his last fight. Well, he definitely beat Roman Kopylov in his last fight. I don't know if he submitted him, but yeah, Anthony Hernandez, is he ranked above or below Michel Pereira? I think he's ranked above Michel Pereira in the rankings. But yeah, if we look at Michel Pereira, 31-11 record. Don't let that fool you though, because he is in fact on an 8-fight win streak. And obviously, if you guys have never watched any of his fight, go watch his fights. Bro, this guy's just, not only is he just like flashy, but he's actually good. Like, he's actually a really good fighter. Obviously we saw in his last fight backflips and stuff like that, but he did get a submission victory, so you know, he's not exactly inexperienced on the ground. He knows the ground game, which should be good against Anthony Hernandez. But yeah, I mean, Pereira can strike, he can submit. He's so entertaining to watch. Probably like one of the most entertaining fighters to watch in the UFC. You know, you got Pereira, then you got the other Pereira, and then who else you got? Maybe Mauricio Rufy. That guy's pretty. That guy in his one fight was pretty entertaining. But yeah, all these guys are really entertaining. But this guy stands out because this guy is really flashy, always doing backflips and stuff, and side like kicking off the cage and stuff, and kicks and stuff like that. Just, if you guys haven't watched this guy fight, just go watch any one of his fights, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think overall, I'll go with Michel Pereira to get this done. Hopefully he does get it done, because I do want to see more of him, and I do want to see him fight like better opponents, or like not better opponents, but like higher ranked opponents. So yeah, I'll go Michel Pereira to win this. That's about it. So you guys let me know in the comment section down below who you guys have got winning this fight, and the rest of the other fights on the main card, card, if you guys agree or disagree with me, whatever it may be. So yeah, that's about it, and yeah, see you lot later. Safe.